Hello Libra. I am your awakening inner voice. You are not here by coincidence. The energies of the cosmos have conspired to bring you this message. Open your spirit and allow the wisdom of the universe to illuminate your path today. There is a vibration crossing the air tonight, Libra, a murmur that not everyone can hear, but that you, for days now, have felt brushing the back of your neck like an ancient whisper. It is not coincidence. It is not chance. The message you are about to receive has been pushed toward you by forces that do not make mistakes, by invisible hands that have opened a precise spiritual corridor so it could reach you right now, in this very minute, just when your soul is more receptive than you realize. This announcement has traveled through shadows, through lights, through silent prayers and signs you ignored without knowing they were meant for you. And today, it finally arrives. Stay alert, because this revelation does not just look at you. It recognizes you. And you need to hear it completely, because before this reading ends, a truth that has been hidden from you for a long time will rise to the surface. Prepare yourself, because what is about to be revealed could change the course of your day, your week, and perhaps your entire life. Do not underestimate what you are about to discover. In your vibrational field, a warning is moving, Libra, a red line that appears when external energies try to seep into your destiny. You have felt lately that things are moving slowly, almost as if something is holding you back, and you were not wrong. I see in your cards a knot, an obstacle that does not come from you, but from someone who has been watching your progress with a mix of envy, frustration, and emotional instability. Do not be frightened, but do not deny it either. There is a nearby figure whose thoughts have grown heavy toward you. When a Libra shines, their light disturbs those who are used to the shadows. That is why this message arrives now, pushed by higher forces that do not want you to fall back any further. And you must keep listening, because in this reading you will clearly see who deserves your trust and who approaches you only to drain your energy. Stay here, because in a few moments I will reveal the definitive sign that separates allies from false friends. Your spiritual path has been moving between a tension of light and darkness that not everyone could endure. But you, Libra, have an ancestral ability to remain in balance even in the midst of storms that seek to break you. Even so, the fatigue you've been feeling lately is not simple exhaustion. It is a calling to awaken, a calling to see. A calling to stop ignoring patterns that repeat because your soul has already outgrown the stage where you accepted energetic crumbs. You are entering a new cycle even if it is hard for you to admit it. A cycle whose door opens with a phrase you must remember, repeat, and engrave into your consciousness. I open my paths toward true light. This phrase is not random. It is a decree, a spiritual code that will begin to deactivate invisible blockages when you speak it from the heart. Repeat it when you feel doubt. Repeat it when you feel emotional weight. Repeat it now internally as you continue this reading, because you're not here to read. You're here to be reborn. Libra, there are signs you believed were coincidences, but they were warnings. The Eight of Swords card emerges here as a symbol of mental traps created by others and sustained by your own fear of disappointing. Someone has tried to limit you. Someone has played with your goodwill. Someone has wanted you to doubt your potential because if you advance, that person loses control, loses power, or loses presence in your life. This hidden figure carries a wounded ego that has cast shadows over your decisions. And although the shadow has been long, its power is weakening. Divine justice, the one that never fails, the one that arrives quietly, slowly but surely, has already begun to move its pieces in your favor. You do not need revenge. You do not need to prove anything. The energy itself will place each person where they belong. And the truth, Libra, is that very soon you will see masks fall that once seemed impossible to tear down. But before speaking about that fall of masks, you must understand something deeply. Your emotional balance has been tested because the universe needed to know if you were ready to receive what is coming. Love, abundance, stability. They are closer than you imagine, but they cannot be delivered to a mind still tied by invisible strings of guilt or external influence. That is why this sensation of spiritual awakening appears now. Because you are being calibrated for a major change. Not minor. Not small. Huge. One that will transform your environment, your relationships, your finances, and your way of seeing the world. And I know you can feel it, because for days you've sensed something strange. A kind of pressure in your chest, an intuition that insists, a recurring premonition. You are not imagining anything. You are being prepared. I can already see how the scene forms in your cards. The pendulum of destiny begins to tilt toward the light. And right then and there, the second phrase you must use as a decree of strength and awakening appears. I release what weighs me down and receive what belongs to me. Do not underestimate this phrase. Do not ignore it. It is a code, a key, an activation. When you repeat it with intention, you cut the energy that others have placed around you as invisible chains. And yes, Libra, you know very well that you have carried others' expectations for too long. But that begins to break today, from this message, from this vibration that embraces you as you read it. And before continuing with the deeper development of your reading, it is time to leave here a phrase for you to write in the comments. An energetic seed that connects you with the change that is about to manifest. Right. Today I claim the life I deserve. This affirmation sets something in motion within your energetic field. And if you write it, it will be like declaring before the universe your willingness to receive what is already on its way. And as a way of thanking the forces that allowed this message to reach you, you may leave a gesture of openness. A small symbolic act that establishes a bridge between this message and your energy. One way is to give the video a like. Not out of obligation, but as an act of recognition and gratitude for having been chosen to receive this revelation in this very moment. That gesture is a seal that synchronizes you with new signs and a greater flow of spiritual clarity. Now, returning to the reading, Libra's scales have begun to vibrate strongly. Your guides show me a movement that begins in the heart and expands to the mind. It is an internal adjustment preparing you to face an uncomfortable truth. There are people who want you close as long as you remain available, but not as long as you are growing. Their affection is conditional. Their support is superficial. Their closeness is self-interest. And although this may hurt, it also frees you. Because when you recognize who drains you, you can make room for those who truly add value. The universe wants you to stop negotiating your peace for the emotional comfort of others. And that lesson has cost you far too much. But no more. The energy of the Two of Pentacles appears here as a symbol of the balance you are about to recover. But this balance will not arrive in the way you think. It will not be only emotional. It will be financial, spiritual, and even romantic. A deep readjustment is coming, one that places you in a space where no one can use your vulnerability as a weapon. Libra, what is about to happen in your life is not small. There is a change that had been stuck and finally releases. I feel it like a gate opening after years of pressure. And right here before you, emerges the card marking the transition toward what is coming. The Tower. Do not be afraid. It is not destruction. It is liberation. It is the breaking of what kept you stagnant. It is the fall of the veil that prevented you from seeing the truth. This card announces a powerful turn, one that will change the tone of your entire reading. Because from this point on, Libra, the ascent begins. Justice begins. Victory begins. Your guides show me clearly that after the rupture, a luminous energy arises and expands like a long-awaited dawn. It is the sign of the beginning of your emotional recovery, the return of your balance, the moment where you can finally breathe without the pressure of burdens that were never yours. Libra, you are a sign that lives between extremes, but you are also the only one capable of turning chaos into harmony when your will ignites. And now, your will is awakening. You have gotten used to surviving, but it is time to begin living. This distinction is crucial, because what comes after a spiritual downfall is always a blooming, and in your case, that blooming will be abundant, unexpected, and almost miraculous. However, before that abundance manifests fully, there is a pending matter you must face. A presence still watching you from afar. It is not someone wishing you dramatic harm, but someone who cannot bear to see you advance without them. This person, whose energy feels both near and distant, has tried to influence your emotions through subtle comments, strategic silences, or even absences meant to confuse you. And although they did not succeed, they did leave traces of doubt in you. This reading comes precisely to close that influence and return your power to you. You are not being punished. You are being freed from an emotional manipulation that no longer has a place in your life. When someone fears your growth, they try to diminish you. But when the universe intervenes, it lifts you. And this is where a special energy appears before me. The Justice card. It is your card, Libra. Your essence, your symbol, your destiny. This card arises to remind you that no injustice committed against you will remain unbalanced. That no lie will remain hidden. That no betrayal will remain without consequences. The universe has never abandoned you. It was merely observing, waiting for the exact moment to act. And that moment has arrived. Every tear shed, every word you swallowed to avoid conflict, every sacrifice you made for others without recognition. All of that now returns multiplied in the form of clarity, truth, and restoration. Do not fear what is about to be revealed. It is for your benefit. From this point on, the energy begins to take on a different tone. Deeper, more powerful. I sense a movement in your emotional field that signals a shift in your relationships. What once confused you will now begin to organize. What once hurt you will now make sense. What once held you down will now loosen its grip. You are entering a phase of discernment where you will clearly see who is an ally, who is a burden, who is a teacher, and who is an obstacle. Do not be surprised if people you once considered essential begin to drift away. Do not be surprised if others you thought were gone forever return with humility. Balance is adjusting, and nothing and no one can stop that process. Libra, there is a specific message for your heart. True love does not require you to betray yourself. True love does not ask you to silence yourself. True love does not want you confused, insecure, or half-present. That chapter where you gave more than you received is closing. And the universe wants to reward you with a kind of love you have not yet known or that you find hard to believe you deserve. But you do deserve it. And it will come. Not immediately, not in a rush, but with divine precision. Someone appears on your path with an energy that will surprise you. More stable, more mature, more grounded than anyone from your past. This person will be both anchor and inspiration. Someone who activates your best version without asking you to abandon your essence. But to receive this love, you must let go of the past illusion. And I know you are ready. In finances, the reading shows a very clear resurgence. There is an opportunity that was blocked for weeks or months, but suddenly it activates. A project takes shape again, a payment is released, recognition arrives, or a professional door opens. The Six of Pentacles appears showing the return of what you have sown. You have been fair with others even when they were not fair with you, and now you will receive compensation. If you were expecting a raise, a contract, an offer, or a promotion, this energy indicates it will arrive sooner than you think. And if you felt directionless in your career, the universe will place a sign so obvious you will not be able to ignore it. Do not worry. Your economic stability is beginning to solidify. But the most interesting part is the spiritual realm. Your cards show a strong energetic transition, as though you have passed through a dark tunnel and now, upon seeing the light, your psychic senses are more awakened. Your intuition sharpens. Your dreams become more symbolic. You begin to notice repetitive signs. Numbers, colors, words that appear like hidden messages. It is not imagination. It is activation. You are entering your phase of deep awakening. And to navigate this cycle with clarity, return to the decree that resonated earlier. I release what weighs me down and receive what belongs to me. Repeat this phrase whenever you feel fear, whenever doubts arise, whenever something old tries to return to confuse you. Remember, the old no longer has power over you. The card that appears now is the Chariot. This marks progress, decision, and movement. It is the announcement that nothing can stop what the universe has prepared for you. There is a turn in your destiny that becomes visible. An opportunity will take you to a new emotional, mental, or even physical place. You may be facing a move, a trip, a relocation, a new proposal, or the closing of a cycle that opens the door to something incredible. Do not fear it. This movement is not loss. It is divine redirection. And here, a crucial element appears. Your hidden enemies begin to be exposed. Not through confrontations, but through flaws in their own behavior. The truth will fall like lightning. You will see contradictions, uncovered lies, suspicious attitudes you once ignored. Nothing will remain hidden. Libra, you have the gift of balanced intuition, and when the truth emerges, you recognize it. So remain attentive. A powerful revelation is coming. This will be part of the climax that elevates your reading to a new level. Before continuing to that turning point, I leave you another phrase you must repeat with intention. I open my paths toward true light. This phrase, repeated 3 times throughout this sacred message, activates your protective field and accelerates your manifestation. And if you feel that this message has touched something deep within you, if you sense it did not arrive by accident but because it was meant for you, you can thank the universe with a symbolic gesture, such as giving the video a like. That act is not merely digital interaction. It is a seal declaring you are ready to receive the next level of your destiny. Now, looking at the final cards of this section, I see a powerful energetic shift. The Star. This card signifies hope, healing, fulfilled destiny, and flowing abundance. But it also indicates that an old desire, one you kept silently within, begins to approach its realization. And with this begins the true turning point that will lead to the next part. The moment when your guides show you the truth that has been hidden from you, the revelation that changes your path, the promise that transforms your reality. The reading shows me that soon, very soon, almost imminently, you will hear a phrase, witness a gesture, or notice a detail you once ignored, and in that instant you will know the full truth about someone. It will feel like an inner crack, like a puzzle piece finally falling into place after years of searching. Have you felt lately that someone's energy does not fully make sense? Someone who says one thing but vibrates another? Someone who gets close when you have something good, but disappears when you are struggling? Pay attention, because the truth will arrive through something so small, so simple, that you will be surprised you did not see it earlier. When that revelation arrives, do not react with anger. Do not waste your energy in confrontation. Do not seek explanations. Remember this phrase already anchored in your energetic field. I release what weighs me down and receive what belongs to me. The truth does not come to hurt you. It comes to free you. It comes to cleanse an emotional territory that has been contaminated by influences you did not deserve. Let divine justice do its work. Do not interfere. Do not try to save what is meant to fall. Libra, you are about to release something you have been dragging for far too long. And when you release it, you will feel such relief that even your breathing will feel as though it belongs to a lighter, more conscious, more awakened body. In love, this discovery will mark a before and after. It does not necessarily mean you will end a relationship if you are in one, but it will profoundly change the dynamic. You will clearly see who loves you from the soul and who loves you out of convenience. And this distinction changes everything. If you are single, this is the point where your heart begins to heal from old wounds and opens gradually to new love. A love that does not demand perfection from you, a love that appreciates your essence, your sensitivity, and your unique way of balancing your world. This person will come when your vibration is clean, when that toxic or draining bond is completely broken. And it is close, Libra, very close. I see encounters that are not coincidences, conversations that arise out of nowhere, glances that awaken ancient memories. Do not force anything. Let the energy do its work. In money and work, the truth will also be revealed. Everything that seemed stuck will unblock after this energetic cleansing. Clarity appears in financial decisions, in projects, in proposals. Some of you were hesitating between two career paths. The answer will become evident. Others were waiting for a specific opportunity, and it finally arrives with a clear message. Trust your talent. Libra, you have the gift of communication, relationships, balance, and aesthetics. And now, the universe wants you to use those gifts without fear of standing out. Do not hide anymore for fear of making uncomfortable those who cannot match your light. Whoever is bothered by your brightness is someone who is already comfortable in the dark. And speaking of light, your spiritual energy rises to such a high level in this phase that you will begin to perceive signs constantly. Repeated numbers, symbolic dreams, sudden intuitions, unexplained sensations when someone approaches. You are activating a spiritual radar that will alert you to everything. Do not ignore it. This sensitivity is not weakness. It is protection. And thanks to this protection, an emotional attack someone attempted to send your way dissolves without touching you. Your guides intervened in time. The reading shows it clearly. There was a comment, an intention, or a negative thought directed at you that, had it not been for your recent awakening, would have affected your energy. But it can no longer reach you. Now, an important shift appears in this reading. One that changes the vibration completely. The card that emerges is the Sun. This is the point where the reading intensifies in strength. Here begins your resurgence. After the fall of masks, after the truth is revealed, after divine justice, comes your clear and forceful victory. And it will not be a small victory. It will be a visible victory. A victory that even those who underestimated you will have to acknowledge. Libra, the light of the sun surrounds you. And this light announces success, joy, clarity, opportunities, valuable connections, and rebirth. It is as if the universe were saying, enough darkness, now it is your turn to shine. The sun also announces the arrival of an unexpected blessing. Something you did not see coming. Something that arrives as a surprise, as a reward, as a gift. It may be financial news, a positive message, an invitation, an encounter, or a shift that propels you forward. Whatever it is, it will change your emotional state immediately. You will feel motivated, inspired, and accompanied by a force you had not felt in a long time. And you will not have to force anything to receive it. It arrives on its own, like a divine present. In the midst of this light, remember a decree that resonated at the beginning and now returns to seal this portion of the message. I open my paths toward true light. Repeat this mentally. Feel it surrounding you. Feel it breaking the last remnants of dense energy. Feel it activating a protective field that prevents any shadow from touching your spirit again. And at this point of ascension, before moving toward the final climax, I leave you a phrase you can write in the comments to anchor even further this energy of transformation. Today I claim the life I deserve. This phrase not only connects you with your destiny, but also opens channels of manifestation that were previously closed. And if you feel that this message has resonated with you, if you have experienced signs or intuitions while reading, you may thank the universe for this energetic encounter by giving the video a like. That gesture, subtle but powerful, acts as an energetic seal declaring that you are ready to receive more signs, more blessings, and more spiritual clarity. Now, at this stage, your lucky numbers begin to vibrate strongly. 3, 11, 24, 33, and 48. Your protective color is white with golden tones, a symbol of illumination, purity, and vibrational ascension. and your spiritual energy is expanding, as if a halo of light were accompanying you wherever you go. But the most important part is still ahead. The prophetic closing awaits. The moment when an essential card appears to change your destiny and show you the universe's final promise. The moment of your definitive victory over your enemies, the total opening of your path, and the confirmation that you are accompanied by forces that do not retreat. And here, just as the energy begins to tremble between dimensions, the card appears that will mark the beginning of the finale. The World. This card announces closure, fulfillment, destiny, and realization. And with this, Libra, begins the final turning point that will lead to the last part of your reading. The part where the universe delivers what it owes you, where your energy rises to its highest level, where the promise of love, abundance, and victory fully manifests. The world turns for you, Libra, not as a simple symbol of closure, but as confirmation that you have completed an entire karmic cycle and emerged victorious. This card brings the energy of a door finally opening after years of lessons, doubts, wounds, and silent battles. It shows you that nothing you lived was in vain. Every fall, every silence, every tear prepared you for this exact moment. The universe had not forgotten you. It was tuning every piece of your destiny so that now, from this point, you can receive what has always been yours. And yes, Libra, what comes now is great, profound, and sacred. The world announces that you are entering a phase of definitive closure, a phase where you finally release what you have held on to for too long. And when you release it, the space left behind is not loss. It is room. Room for new blessings. Room for true love. Room for real abundance. Room for mental clarity. Room for the life you imagined in silence but believed too distant. It is no longer far. It is approaching. It surrounds you. It calls your energetic name. And you, almost without noticing, are already answering. There is a specific vibration your guides want to give you now. You are entering a period in which your decisions will have multiplied power. Everything you say, think, or decree in the coming weeks will be sown in fertile ground. Ground that amplifies your actions. That is why you must be conscious of every word you speak. Do not let fear infiltrate your prayers. Do not let the past write your future. Do not let insecurity occupy the space now belonging to your greatness. In this cycle, your decrees become reality much faster than before. Use this power. It is your reward. Libra, the world also speaks of recognition. I see clearly situations where people who once undervalued your efforts begin to notice them. Where those who doubted you must face the evidence of your resurgence. Where those who once underestimated you are surprised to see your light return stronger, wiser, and deeper. Do not be surprised if you receive unexpected messages, apologies, invitations, or offers. Your energy is attracting what vibrates in your new frequency. And what vibrates in lower frequencies simply falls away by its own weight. In love, the world announces an entirely new cycle. If you are in a relationship, this card indicates a profound renewal, a stage where both finally see each other through truth, maturity, and shared purpose. No more doubts. No more shadows. No more confusion. The bond is reborn on solid ground. And if you are single, prepare yourself, because this energy announces a predestined encounter. One you will not be able to avoid even if you try. It will be a connection that arrives gently but powerfully. Someone who awakens a part of you you believed was asleep. A soul that recognizes your soul. And this connection will feel so natural, so fluid, so harmonious, that you will know the universe sent it at the exact right moment. In finances and work, the end of this cycle brings stability and expansion. The world is success, completion, a project coming to fruition, a goal finally achieved. And if you had been struggling with financial blockages, this card announces their fall. Money is coming, Libra. Money that does not slip away, money that flows, money that arrives as compensation for efforts previously unrewarded. There is also the possibility of an important career shift, one that brings greater income, recognition, or growth. Whatever your situation, the card announces advancement, progress, and open doors. Spiritually, the world indicates that you have passed a test of patience, faith, endurance, and balance. And not only did you pass it, you transcended it. Your vibration is higher, purer, more powerful. You are connected to a network of guides, energies, and signs that can now send you clearer messages. Prepare to receive revealing dreams, clear intuitions, repeated synchronicities, and sensations guiding you to the right decisions. This is not imagination. It is connection. And this connection protects you. But there is still something more, Libra, something your guides must show you before closing this reading. Divine justice does not only repair what harmed you, it also rewards what you did right. And you have done a lot of good. Even when no one saw it. Even when others mistook your kindness for weakness. Even when exhaustion made you doubt your choices. The universe took note of everything. And the card that appears now is Judgment, announcing an inevitable rebirth, a profound revelation, and a victory no one will be able to deny. Judgment confirms that a phase of shadows is behind you. That a hidden enemy loses their influence. That an injustice will be corrected. That something life owed you will finally be given to you. This card announces release, announcement, calling, awakening. Your spirit hears a voice saying, "It is your turn. It is your moment. It is your destiny." And as this energy settles, it is important to remember the phrase that has accompanied this reading from the start. I open my paths toward true light. This decree, repeated 3 times in this message, has activated a field around you that now protects you, lifts you, and aligns you with what belongs to you. Use it when you feel doubt. Use it when you feel pressure. Use it when fear tries to return. It is your key, your shield, your affirmation. Before moving toward the final conclusion of this reading, I leave you again the phrase you can write in the comments to activate this energetic closure. Today I claim the life I deserve. Write it with intention. Write it as someone signing a contract with destiny. And if this message has resonated with you, if you feel it arrived at the exact moment, you may thank the universe by giving the video a like. That gesture, subtle but powerful, acts as an energetic seal declaring that you are ready to receive more signs, more blessings, and more spiritual clarity. Now, Libra, it is time for the final climax of your reading. The energy rises. Your guides draw closer. The cards vibrate with strength. And here emerges the most luminous figure of all. The Magician. This card announces pure manifestation, absolute beginning, creative power. It means that everything that was halted begins to move. Everything that was blocked is released. Everything you asked for begins to take shape. The Magician is the confirmation that you have the ability to transform your life from the inside out. And now, with the cycle closed, your power is reborn. The Magician tells you, no longer wait for permission. You do not need it. No longer doubt your talent. It has already been proven. No longer beg for love. You deserve a love that honors you. No longer hide. Your light is necessary. No longer underestimate yourself. Your soul is great. No longer carry others' guilt. You deserve better paths. Here begins your conscious creation. Here begins your ascent. Here begins your victory. Your final protective color is intense gold, symbol of achievement, illumination, and triumph. Your lucky numbers now vibrate at 7, 15, 22, 40, and 58. Your spiritual energy is in a state of expansion, like a bright sphere surrounding and guiding you. And so, Libra, the reading reaches its close. A close that is not an end, but a beginning. A close that pushes you toward a destiny unfolding from light. A close that says, the worst is over, the best is yet to come. And it will come. Thank you for allowing this energy to speak to you. Thank you for holding this message. May each word accompany you, elevate you, and remind you that you did not walk alone. This message did not arrive by chance but because your soul asked for it. May the light find you, may justice reach you, may love embrace you, and may abundance follow you. Always.